thing, real world, is that they would cut machine guns. No! It's like the third time, no.
Yeah, I know where
I mean, if it means I can take it home with me, then yes, I do drive it. Someone's going to claim it before they pick it up in the impound lot when it gets towed. So, like I said, if these, these buildings were like, had basements and stuff like that, there'd be basement windows. So then you would have windows down on foot and ankle height. Big things for that is people, putting machine guns in there down there. 2 guys down there with AKs shooting at, ankle height. Sometimes you forget to look about it. You don't even think about it. Being down that low, they got to cover it up. So, all right, anybody have any questions on that? That's just some basic firing thing, big thing. Aiming over your sights, especially in this close. I mean, if you're making long distance shots with real rifles, obviously use your sights. In close CQB, you can aim over your sights. You just use your front sight post. Point firing, remember, with your natural physiology, with your pointer finger. If you haven't laid out anything you pointed at, it will naturally be aligned to. All right, everybody know what slicing the pie coming on doors is, right? We don't need to cover that. Everybody knew. I mean, if you really don't know, you feel like don't be afraid to say, hey, I really want to go over slicing the pie on these doors or anything like that.
So I'll throw a question out, sir.
Sure.
When you're slicing a pie, do you want to lead with the same foot that you're? In other words, if I'm going this way, I want the right foot out. If I'm going the other way, I want the left foot out first. Does it matter?
So it depends on what side of the. It really doesn't matter. So say if this brick right here is my door, like if you're moving up like this, then naturally my left foot's going to be forward like this. So as I'm coming, you just never cross. You don't want to cross your feet. You don't want to be going like this. Exactly. Your stabilization is way off. If you do it, I mean, even if you do it perfectly right, you still run the risk of getting. You still you still get hit. So, practice makes perfect. The more you practice, the better off you'll be at it. More chance you'll have of surviving. Go ahead.
Another thing, too, maybe going down the straight hallways. There's 2 walking stances. You can either do the more stable, where you're like this, very slow, or the other one too. If you're in a hurry, you do the tightrope where you go.
Yeah. Yep. Did everybody see that? Any questions on that?
So what's the other one called? A tightrope?
Tightrope, because you're going like
going
this.
1 foot literally in front of the other.
And the other one, I don't know what the name is, but it's more stable where you're going slow. Like I do my feet without angle.
We used to call it grouchoing.
But you just,
Because you look like Groucho Marx walking, smoking a cigar.
yeah.
So this is called, the slow one's called, well, what's the name of the slower one?
The slow one, he's calling it Groucho, but I'm calling
Call it
it
grouchoing.
Yeah, Groucho.
Grouchoing.
You just go very slow.
Because literally, if you've seen any old films of Groucho Marx walking around smoking a cigar, that's pretty much how he walked.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the other thing is a lot of times I see this in airsoft. Guys will get pinned down. The minute they hit, they'll be talking all over the place before contact. But once that first shot goes off, they shut up.
Oh.
Don't quiet. The time to be quiet is before the shooting starts. Once the shooting starts, they already know where you are. Just start calling targets.
Yeah.
If you're not calling targets, shooting or reloading or moving, you're doing something wrong.
All right, one thing was brought up about peeking. There is a thing called turkey peeking for corners and stuff like that. If you don't, another thing, if you do a lot of CQB and stuff like that, they make mechanics mirrors, which you can use them, and they're actually a great asset. They do make sights now. They actually have the periscope set up in your sight, so you can hold your rifle around the corner and look through the periscope and aim down your sights. You can also use a mechanics mirror. All it is a mirror on a friggin' end of a long metal rod, a little push button, stuff like that. It just angles the mirror.
We've also started making them with barrel mounts. So you could say, if I'm trying to see what's in here, I got it mounted. I just gotta go. Just look at the end of it. See where it's going. That is. I saw a few of them out at Irene last year. One of the guys bought one. He loved the thing.
So, like a turkey peek, all it is, especially I wouldn't use it if you have a secondary or machine pistol, something like that. Then I would, use the technique that you use. If you have submachine gun, anything bigger than that, even with submachine gun, I wouldn't do it. So, say like right here is the corner, looking around or whatever, and I mean this happened before I cleared out. I used to get a pounder in there before in one day. He was pretty jacked about it, but. So, you know, we've been playing, we were trying to take this corner for a while, and nobody was going with me, so I'm like, all right, you know. So pretty much, I have a Scorpion machine pistol or whatever, pretty much coming down real low, because I know they're over there. They just killed they just shot a guy right in front of me, so I know we got people right around this corner. So you come in through a machine pistol, I got it hooked up like this. You know, these guys are going to be right back in here. You're pretty much just coming around just like this, and you're freaking, hosing it down. And it also helps, like if you have a buddy there to help, if I start coming back like this real fast, you have a buddy there to grab your pull handle and freaking yank you back. So, I mean, you can do it around, I don't know if I can, I actually injured my wrist a while ago, but I did some training with Navy SEALs and stuff like that. They do a thing where you can actually get into a push-up position with your left hand. Down like this, if you're actually in a push-up position, you can rock out like this. So you're going to clear the corner, you're going to be down low. Like, nobody really expects to see a head all the time with the machine pistol or pistols out, So you're like this, you can freaking, vertically shoot, and then you get back. And then you have your hand in to push you too. You rock, just hold it like a rocking motion. Rock out and get back, but make sure your hand's not coming out past that, because then you're exposing your hand to fire. So you can use it on corners and stuff, So it's pretty effective. It is pretty effective. I use it a bunch of times. So anybody got any questions on that? All right, those handouts I gave you, there's a bounding, bounding overwatch. It's for you can use it for fire team movement when you're moving in two-man teams, and you can use it for in fire team movements like squad movements too, as like a fire team movement. So, well, I mean it's pretty simple. It's in the handout, like four-man team. Okay, 4 guys real fast. Right here, these 4 guys. See, clear out this area right here. There's 4 guys back over here. So our 4-man team is going to split up into 2 two-man teams. Well, this will be our first team, team 1 or whatever. This guys are team 2. So all this bounding overwatch, you guys are like, they'll be like, hey, we'll cover you for enhancing over, we're going to cover your movement. So they give this thing up to cover. These guys are going to move up to the next point of cover. Now, by doctrine, it's 3 seconds. If you can't move to someplace within 3 seconds, you need to, if you can't make the sprint in 3 seconds, then you're going to expose yourself too long to fire, and you probably need to find another way to go, or you need to figure something out. So say we have cover within 3 seconds, these guys are going to move at the same time. They pretty much are just going to split it up. Like these guys are covering them, but he's got from this point, 9 degrees out like this. He's going to come over there, up to cover within 3 seconds. Go. Bam, and they're there. As soon as you see these guys are in cover, these guys are bound up past them, the next point of cover. And they're there. Then once they're covered, then those other guys are going to go. And once they're there, the bikes, et cetera, wash, rinse, repeat, up to wherever you need to go. So,
if you can't remember what 3 seconds is, basically think, I'm up, they see me, I'm down.
Exactly. Now, bounding overwatch, like you see in your handout right here, is when you expect contact. When you do not know where the enemy is, and you're not in an extreme hurry. All right? You're going movement to contact. If you're crossing a large danger area, you can also use it for withdrawal under fire, and like breaking contact. There's another thing called the Austrian peel. I don't know if so, all right, you can use it for sweeps and searches, hasty attacks, and assaults. And right here, I think I gave most people one of these handouts. No, Gordo, you didn't get one, so I'll try to hook you up with one. The bounding overwatch. 1 is urban terrain. To show 1 out in the woodlands. You read through that. I mean, we can do that out here, but I don't think we really need to unless you guys want to. So, yeah, I didn't think so. All right.
Do you use the bounding overwatch in the arena?
What's that? Yes, you can absolutely use bounding overwatch in the arena.
Okay.
So over here, like there's a bunch of isolated structures too.
Yeah.
So
it's just one of those things, especially because there's so many angles to cover.
Yeah.
You start taking fire from them, be prepared to get back online and hit wherever you're getting fire from. Because I can't say it enough. Aggressive movement is what's going to get you out of most situations, or going to carry the day.
All right, yeah, 4 guys over here. Okay, I'm going to yeah. Yeah, we'll go with 4. Yeah. So, like a lot of times in there's a lot of rooms. Like you go through clear one room. When you have to move to the next, you got to move down to the next one. So there's a lot of things where you got cleared this room. Here's the door, but now you have a blind corner over here. You don't know if there's anybody over here. You also don't know if there's anybody over here. So I mean, it's kind of like a friggin', it's kind of a jack situation.
Mm-hmm.
So say this guy, he'll come down, say he turkey peeks or whatever, he uses some method to like kind of check his corners, make sure we're not, we're covered. Then we'll say, down here, this will be like the next door frame that we're going to. We'll just imagine like there's a door frame down here, but we have all this open area to go through. Now, depending on how tight this doorway is, we'll widen it up because this is a little tight. So we peek, there's really nothing really there, so you can come up, left-hand your weapon. Because you got to cover down this way. You're using full protection of the wall, just like that, shooting over or barricade or whatever. Unlike this, I'm trying to get as close to that wall, so I'm covering that. Next guy up, you're aiming down that way. Now, we need to get down to over there. So he's pretty much, it's hard, but there's a doorway down here. He's covering me like this, then pretty much it's going to be like a single bounding overwatching with one-man teams, or I'm on my own team. So he's covering me that way. There's a door frame down there, so we're kind of like in the funnel already. But I'm going to come through and move like this, come out to here, because now if there's a door right here, now I have to cover off this wall. So now we have two guys in the cover now like this. So then the third man can come out, come to me like you're getting behind me in the stack, and you're aiming down that, which is our major threat area right here. And now he's right behind me like this, we're stacked up. Now our next guy, same thing, they come down. And now by this point, like I have the door, we got two guys covering our major threat area. Our last guy is pretty much safe to come across. So you can come on over. I didn't know he was in our stack.
What about that open area right there?
Yeah, I thought that was over.
Lost, but not forgotten.
Well, here's the thing. Like if you're playing in the arena or whatever, like in here, and you're moving forward, pretty much, if we started this end, this was our spawn, and we moved up, and say this is the left-hand arena wall or whatever, because there are, there's buildings right along there or whatever. So pretty much, our threats are going to be coming out of this direction. Now there might have been somebody who ran up here real fast, but if we come up here or whatever, I turkey peek real fast, it's fine. Same thing, it's fine. Switch over, it's fine. So now I know, unless somebody's already back there, behind our, it's called the FIBA, the forward ends of the battle area. If we're all moving up together, we are, the point of my muzzle is the FIBA. There should be, nobody behind it. If I check that, the chances of somebody sneaked in there, because you might have teammates behind you now that know that you're inside that room, but they have that open side, and they might be moving up. So if you check this real fast and it's not there, it's like probability. What's the probability that, there's another guy back there? I mean, there could be, and if you want to, you can back out of that room. Say you don't want to go through there because of this. We've cleared this room. Pull your team back out through the door you came in, and back up this side to here. Now it's the same thing all over again. Now if this is the arena wall, I'm right here. Obviously, there's no, do the same thing. I aim it over here. Next guy comes up behind me. He's over top. I'm gonna go. We're gonna go. Run. I make it to here in under 3 seconds. Bam. Next guy comes down. Bam. Bam. And we have all our guys lined up. And now the third guy. Now, say you have your top fire teams are split. We got two fireman teams. We got a 4-man team over here, 4-man team over there. We can, they can cover for us. They, if we're in this building over here, these guys can peel out and cover for us, and we can move as a 2-man group. So give me 4 guys over there.